plenty of time for Davis to operate. Ships that one in. And then MOSELY with the diving header. 2-1 Blue Devils.
Cameron Moseley with the game winner for the Blue Devils, upsetting #1 North Carolina 2-1. The 2 goals both coming in the final 16 minutes. I'm Jeff Michelle. This is ACC Soccer Weekly on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Now that's a great goal, but it's not the most entertaining header to me from this past week. Stick around for that. With the loss, UNC falls from its perch as the top team in the nation. Notre Dame, the highest-ranked ACC team, at #2. UVA 3, Louisville at 8. Then Carolina falls all the way to 11, and Syracuse jumps in at 18. And joining me now, a UVA and U.S. men's national team great, John Harkes. And Harkes, now you watch closely as an ACC dad. Your son Ian plays for Wake Forest. We'll get to that in just a minute. First, your alma mater, UVA, the great comeback perhaps of the year so far, that match against Notre Dame.
It was a good game, and certainly one that took place in really heat conditions. Midday, it was 90-plus degrees. You could tell the pace of the game was going to be a little bit slower, but you know, to be fair, I think both teams came out and played pretty well. The attack in the final third was going to be key. Who was going to execute in the day? The penalty came early for Notre Dame in the second half, and then you saw a really quick response from UVA. And that's one of the things that you look at is the mentality of the players. You know, can they respond and adjust to that, you know, adversity on the field? They did really well. They got the draw. And again, like you said, playing with 10 men, sometimes that gives you an advantage in soccer. Sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on the mentality of the team. In
the conference, is there one team in particular that surprised you so far?
The sleeper team for me seems to be a Syracuse team who actually beat Clemson just about a week ago. And you know, they seem to be a team that can upset you. You have to be very careful. Those are the tricky types of matches that, you know, I think managers, you know, either get the gray hairs or they pull their hairs out on.
Fans at home, who's your team to beat in the ACC? Tweet us at the ACCDN. All right, we've talked teams. Let's talk players. Who's really impressed you so far in the conference?
Well, I have to say, after the 4-goal game last night, you know, hey, I hold my hands up, Wake Forest boy, but you know, with my son being there, Mikey Gamble has really come on strong this year. I mean, obviously last year, an injury-plagued season. He was frustrated. He wanted to get onto the field. His hamstring was, you know, really affected him, as well as Andy Lubon and many, you know, juniors and seniors last year for Wake Forest. So this year, the returning, you know, Mike Gamble that comes onto the field is a hungry one. He's very intense as a player, and he shows it. He wants it, even though it's VMI, it doesn't matter the opponent. He is hungry for goals, and that is a good thing. It brings a lot of confidence, not just to Mikey Gamble, but also to the team. So I've been impressed with him. He's done well.
Now, I know your son had an assist last night. You're getting to catch a number of the matches. What's it like now being a dad watching your son in ACC soccer?
You know, it's a great feeling. I've enjoyed it tremendously, being able to just sit there and be a fan, but also, you know, to watch my son. I'm so proud of him, and my daughters as well, who are in high school still. But my daughter will be going to Clemson next year to play soccer, and it's just you know, we're very lucky.
Now, John, last thing, I know you caught my prediction that North Carolina would eventually move up to #1. I'm going to make another prediction. I don't know if you'll like this one as much. I'm going to predict that Syracuse, that team on the rise, is going to upset UVA, your alma mater, this weekend.
Ooh, wow. That's you're throwing the dagger far, man. You're throwing the dagger. You know, I think that Syracuse, they can pull off results. They've shown that. It'll be a tough one. I could see a draw happening there.
All right. I may be pushing my luck with that, the new prediction, but John Harkes, great talking to you. I really appreciate it. Gamble, a good bet to be player of the week next week. Duke's Sean Davis is the player of the week this week. Davis with the first goal in that upset over UNC. A beautiful free kick curling it over the Tar Heel wall. And he had the assist on the game winner. The women's ACC player of the week, UNC's Cameron CASTLEBERRY. She started the rally in the Tar Heels' incredible 3-2 comeback win over Notre Dame with a goal in the 61st minute. Then she set up Kat Nigro's golden goal in the second overtime. That's a huge win for Carolina. So here is the women's top 25. No movement for the 4 top ACC schools. Undefeated Virginia schools stay 2 and 3. Florida State is at 6 and UNC at 8. Notre Dame and Clemson each slide 4 spots. The third-ranked Hokies, though, came through with a fantastic goal.
MEIER with the long strike, and it's in! Goal Hokie, Ashley MEIER.
What an incredible shot by Ashley MEIER.
That's the best goal, but we've saved my favorite for extra time. For that one, we head to Florida State, visiting UConn. The Noles' Kristen Grubka, lying down, heads it in. A crawling header. I've not seen that before. Now see, wasn't that worth it? There to go. I'm Jeff Fischel. That's ACC Soccer Weekly on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.